program. You just seen it cut. I can't post this just yet, only because this is going to a sub of mine in Vermont. So, and he doesn't know it's coming. So anyway, when I'm done, I'll show it to you. This has been cut out already. One of them anyway. Now I'm getting ready to put some what I call transfer paper on it, so it could be transferred from here to a surface. Not so much a garment. Now for you who do this, you know this is just normal stuff. But for those of you who haven't done this, you may not know how these things are done. And I posted them before. It's not like it's a big deal, nor is it a big secret. Anybody can do this if they spend a little money. You can get into it with that little machine I got over there. You can actually make money with it. You'd be surprised. If you buy a good enough vinyl, you can do this, put it on a piece of glass or a mirror and sandblast it. You would do the opposite though. You wouldn't do it the way I'm doing it here. I would take off the letters and I would have left that whole piece of plastic or vinyl on it. Come on, come on. Hardest part is the little pieces of vinyl get stuck to your damn fingers when you're trying to get them off. This can be a pain in the butt at times. I've done in the past when I had the shop. Stuff that picking it like this, there was so much detail and so many letters. The wife would come out here and help me. It would take the two of us a couple of hours, and then hope that you don't make a mistake near the end, otherwise you'd have to start all over again. But this picking can be a pain in the ass. Okay, yeah, so now it's what it is. So now, normally I would have this on a memory board so I can just cut it with a knife, but since I haven't got it on a memory board, I'm just going to cut it with a pair of scissors. Come on. There we go. And actually, I don't even care about that. So you know what? Let me just cut that off there. I don't need that on there, nor do I need this on there. Now, the more that you do here, the easier it is to do out there. Now, I'm not going to get into all the measurements and all making sure this is straight, because you would use this as a hinge with a piece of tape. I put a piece of, you know, like a masking tape on here, half and half, so this would be like a hinge. Okay? So then when I go to peel this off, I would peel the back off from where I'm going to do over there, and then at that point the lettering would just fall down into place. But by doing it that way, you always have a straight surface to work with when you're putting it down. Now this can be a pain in the ass, because again, I haven't got this, I'm really not laid out to do this anymore, so it just makes it a little bit harder sometimes. Right. this paper that you hear me ripping over here is a transfer paper that I would normally have on a roll, and I would just roll it out on a pipe, rather, where I would just be able to roll it out and make sure that I have a nice straight piece, because if it wrinkles, it's okay, but yet it's going to make it harder for you, possibly when you start putting it on the surface, because the wrinkles, next thing you know, depending on where they are, can definitely become a pain in the ass. Now, there's a guy in Vermont who does a lot of off-roading. He's got a Toyota pickup, and he calls it his Black Taco. And he's been taking his daughter, Sarah, out this off-road stuff for years. And he does it for her, basically. So, and she's 20, I think, or 21 now. She has a few problems, but he does this for his love for her. So I decided to make this little thing for him called the Black Taco, powered by Dad's love, Sarah. Actually, I made 2 of these. I'll send them both, and he can use whichever one he wants to use. Is this the right way of doing this? No, not really. But you know what? It works. There. And normally I have a piece of memory board down so I can actually cut on it with a knife. And let, you know, X-Acto knife or razor knife, and I don't have to worry about it. If I do it with this, I'll end up making marks. And then the blade is going to want to follow the marks next time. And here's the other one. We'll bring it over. My wife and I sent her, I think it was last year. My wife had a Tickle Me Elmo, an original Tickle Me Elmo, an old Tickle Me Elmo. All right, it had to be 30 or better years old, and it worked. She would take it out occasionally, you know, just to make sure it still worked, because she wanted to keep it working. You know, she put batteries in it. And she'd take it out and run it for a few minutes. And she'd get a chuckle out of it. And then it'd go back in the closet. So one day I says to her, I want you to check out this channel, because I'd like to send it to this young lady that I think may enjoy it. So she said fine, so we sent it to Sarah. I don't know if she's enjoying it or not. I mean, if she doesn't, that's fine. You know, I mean, it's there, and I know she did have it with her one day. It's something that you really don't want to have or carry around with you, because it is. If you're familiar with a Tickle Me Elmo, it's, you know, I forgot if you turn it on, and either you got to push the hands or something, but it starts to laugh, it falls over, it stands up, it does its hand things. you know. So again, you know, to have that running around or in the truck, it would probably only break anyway. But it's there. She wants to play with it. It's doing something other than sitting in our closet. So she's a good kid. She's got problems, but she's a good kid. Now I'm not going to be able to post this video until after he receives this. Let me put that there for now. Now this one I made it a little bit longer, and I used a different type font on the top. Well, let me pick it, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Picky, 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 picky. Hey, get up there. Don't you dare stick there. When vinyl hits vinyl and it sticks, it wants to stay.
Call the Alliance Back Brace Center today. When you qualify, our professional, friendly staff will deal directly with Medicare or private insurance for free, so you don't have to. Plus, we deliver directly to your home for free. It's that simple. Will you qualify for a Medicare or private insurance covered back brace today? There's only one way to find out. Call the Alliance Back Brace Center at 800-715-0743. That's 800.
And I added a word on this one, just to make sure there was no misunderstandings. Okay. Alright, so if you can notice the difference in the font on Black Taco, yes, it's bigger, alright, but it's a different type of font. See, this one has a little bit of a cant to it, and this one's a little bit more. You follow me? It's almost a bolder version and a little bit straighter version, but even the L, as you can see, you know, it's almost partly script where this is not. The rest of it's the same. I did add 4 at the end though. Powered by Dad's love for Sarah. I mean, he does this faithfully for years. And there's a bunch of them that actually ride. They all go. He doesn't go out by himself because that would be kind of dangerous. I don't know if you know the guy or not. I'll put his link out when I put this video up. But he does a lot of really off-road stuff to where if he was out there by himself and got stuck, he'd be in trouble. It's a lot easier when you have the right setup for it. And for those of you who do this, you know what I'm talking about. I like to fold the end over on this so it doesn't stick, because it's a pain in the ass to get off again. So, if you like watching off-road, I'm talking summer, spring, fall, snow, mud, sleet, rain, sun, whatever it is. They are out there. And there's a whole group, like I say.
Today, Bootsy is the most studied human specimen of all time. An extinct cat whose body is now on
You know, so they're not doing it alone. And then I think they have a couple little radios so they can communicate back and forth. You know, some of them have the winches, you know, to help themselves or others if they get stuck. Because they are there for everybody, you know. So when they go out there, you know, you don't have to worry because you know, if you get stuck, they're not going to say, "I'll see you later," and leave you there. Again, this isn't the right way of doing this, but I'm not doing it as a real business anymore, so I'm not set up as such.
Nurses' uniforms from the 19th century. And a letter purportedly written by the infamous Jack the
Now what that paper is for that I just put on there,
But there's one
this transparent stuff, they also have it in like a milky white, so you can actually kind of see through it, but you can't. It's more like a paper. Which I have that too, but I like the transparent stuff better for me anyway. What you would do is you would start to peel the transparent off. You would separate the back from the front. And when you do that, the lettering will stick to this clear piece. So when you peel it off, you want to make sure that the letters do stick to the clear piece. So you got to be careful when you peel it off. Then you take the clear piece, and for instance, if I wanted to put it on here, I would peel it off. The letters would stay on the clear piece. This piece here would be just a piece of paper by the time we're done. Then I would take the clear piece, put it on here, wipe it on, push it down, put some pressure on it. Towel, paper towel, squeegee, you know. You may want to put a spits of water on it, depends, that's another whole story. And at that point, after it's stuck, then you can peel the clear off slowly, and the letters will stay on there, because see, the letters have a sticky background on them. So, I've done some videos in the past on how it's done. Like I say, for those of you who know, and those of you who do it, you know what I'm talking about. So, but for those of you who haven't done it and want to get into it as doing a hobby, you know, like I say, for $300, you can be doing this stuff as a hobby, doing whatever you want to do with it. You can start making a little money on the side, for crying out loud, if you wanted to. Yeah. All right, so that's that. So I'm going to send these out to Joe, and he can use whichever one he wants or none. And put them on his truck.